The young men were suddenly filled with both fear and anger. What? Did I just hear that right? Fang Yuan, have you lost your mind? You're actually standing here at the academy's entrance. Robbing us? Are you that desperate for money? Who gave you the courage to even think of coming after us? Get lost. You're just a low-level Bing class disciple. How dare you block my path? Not only that, but, ow. Fang Yuan suddenly made his move. With a swift, precise strike of his right hand, he delivered a chop to the left side of one youth's neck. The unfortunate boy, caught completely off guard, barely managed to curse before collapsing to the ground, unconscious. Damn, did he actually hit him? Shocked, the group instinctively took a step back. He knocked Guu Beiju out cold. What do we do now? One of them cried, eyes wide with fear. What else? There are so many of us. And only one of him. Let's rush him and teach him a lesson, someone shouted. Fury rising. Exactly. The nerve of this guy to challenge us all alone. He must have a death wish. Come on, let's get him. But before they could react, Fang Yuan was already moving. In a blur, he closed the distance, striking another boy in the neck with a sharp chop. The boy's eyes rolled back as he crumpled to the ground. Ah, another youth cried, swinging a fist towards Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan ducked low and delivered a powerful kick straight to the boy's groin. Og! The boy's scream turned high-pitched. Filled with agony, clutching himself, he collapsed to his knees, writhing in pain, cold sweat pouring down his face. Fang Yuan raised his fists, like a tiger pouncing into a herd of sheep. With 500 years of battle experience, he was leagues beyond these youths, who had just started cultivating. How could they hope to be his match? Within moments, the entire group lay sprawled on the ground. Some were unconscious, while others groaned in pain, clutching their injuries. What's going on here? Guu Mo Bei arrived and gasped in shock. He saw Fang Yuan standing at the academy's entrance, surrounded by 5 or 6 defeated disciples. Fang Yuan, he tried to rob us of our primal stones, one boy, clutching his stomach, shouted angrily. Still got some spirit left. Huh? Fang Yuan said calmly, giving the boy a hard kick in the stomach. Ow! The boy cried out in pain, curling up like a shrimp, eyes brimming with tears. He didn't dare utter another word. Witnessing this, the remaining disciples trembled, realizing just how ruthless Fang Yuan could be. All right, listen up. Hand over a primal stone each, and I'll let you go. Otherwise, you'll end up just like these guys on the ground. Fang Yuan declared coldly, stepping forward. Like hell we will. You're nothing but a lowly Bing class disciple. Think you can best me? A prouted class? Guu Mo Bei sneered, clenching his fists and charging at Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan sidestepped gracefully, letting the punch sail past him. Then, with his left hand, he extended 2 fingers and jabbed precisely at Mo Bei's collarbone, targeting a sensitive point near his throat. Mo Bei's eyes went dark as he crumpled to the ground, unconscious. The remaining boys, who had been preparing to attack, froze, sucking in cold breaths as they witnessed Fang Yuan's mysterious techniques. They'd heard a few vague mentions about weak points in the human body during their training. But Fang Yuan's skillful strikes highlighted their effectiveness in a terrifying way. Though his attacks weren't fatal, the pain left them incapacitated, unable to fight back. Not a single one suffered a lasting injury. This was the terror of 500 years of battle experience. Will you hand them over? Or not? Fang Yuan stepped forward, his gaze intimidating. The youths exchanged glances, then grit their teeth, reluctantly handing over their primal stones. Fang Yuan moved swiftly, dodging attacks while striking back with precision. Although his cultivation level was low, his experience kept his mind as cold as ice, and every move was flawlessly executed. With a few more strikes, the ground was littered with fallen bodies. Such ferocity, how terrifying. Are they dead? Some girls, too afraid to join the fight, watched with wide eyes as they took in the scene. Their bodies began to tremble. When Fang Yuan's gaze swept over them, they paled, hastily waving their hands. Don't come near us. We'll hand over our primal stones. Fang Yuan collected their offerings and released them. Stumbling, they made their way out of the academy's gates. What in the world happened here? More boys arrived, eyes widening at the sight. Isn't that Guu Mo Bei lying there? Guu Shi Cheng looked at his unconscious friend, dumbstruck. As Fang Yuan continued to face them, the remaining boys' fury grew. Yet one by one, they fell to his attacks. In the shadows, guards watched with concern. Shouldn't we stop this? If anyone gets seriously injured, we'll be in trouble. Fang Yuan is getting too bold. Right under our noses. At the academy gates, he's openly robbing his classmates. This guy has no respect for rules, one guard grumbled. But the academy's elder, observing from afar, held up a hand, intrigued. Let's not intervene just yet. He has a talent for combat. That much is clear. The elder watched with fascination as Fang Yuan single-handedly fought the group with the confidence of a seasoned warrior. His curiosity grew with each move Fang Yuan displayed. Some people possess a hidden gift for battle, excelling in combat as if it's second nature. These individuals are often skilled at creating strategies on the fly, achieving seemingly impossible victories. He's a born fighter, the elder mused. It's a pity he's only a Bing class. Such potential, but a lower grade aptitude. Sir, are you just going to let this farce continue? If things get out of hand, it won't reflect well on the academy. Another guard urged. Why would I stop him? The academy elder chuckled, lifting his gaze and gesturing towards Fang Yuan from a distance. This one has complete control over the situation and strikes with great precision. Notice how he targets the sides of his opponent's necks rather than the back. He knows hitting the sides will knock them out instantly, while striking the back could be fatal. He restrains himself, even in combat. Look at those boys sprawled out on the ground. Not one of them is severely hurt. And even if some were injured, don't we have healer Gu in the academy who could tend to such wounds? But, elder, this boy is simply too arrogant. He's standing at the main gate, making a spectacle of himself as if we, the guards, don't even exist. It's not just us he's disregarding. The entire clan will see the academy as weak for allowing a mere low-ranked disciple to cause such chaos without intervention. Surely this will tarnish your reputation as well. One guard muttered, lowering his voice. HMPH. So it's your pride that's wounded, not the academy's. The elder sneered, his sharp gaze sweeping over the guards, who immediately dropped their heads in submission. What harm is there in a little sparring? As long as no lives are taken, it can inspire our disciples to embrace a spirit of competition and harden their fighting resolve. Banning it would stifle their passion for battle. Sparring exists in every realm, it's only natural. Typically, fights break out in the latter half of the year when these youths gain a taste of combat skills and feel the itch to test them out. Tell me, why didn't you stop it then? The elder's tone grew sharper as he questioned them. Well, that's because those fights are usually one-on-one, not right at the academy's main gate. But Fang Yuan truly is stirring things up, the head guard stammered. No, the elder shook his head. It's because you're afraid to stop it. In the latter half of the year, they'll wield power beyond that of ordinary men. And you're merely mortals. What could you do to stop them? Now, you only consider interfering because you feel he's insulted your dignity. Forgetting that every disciple here bears the surname Guu. They're our tribe's heirs. Your masters, regardless of their age or strength. The elder's tone turned severe. You do not share their lineage. Who do you think you are? You were given the role of guards as a reward for your loyalty. Nothing more, but you are, at your core, servants. And a servant dares to meddle in their master's affairs? His face grew darker as he spoke. No, that's not what I meant at all, the head guard stammered, falling to his knees, fear clear in his eyes. We wouldn't dare, the other guards quickly echoed, bowing deeply in submission. The elder scoffed, pointing a finger at the head guard. You dared to question your master's actions. You are dismissed from your post as head guard. Pausing, he addressed the others. In 2 weeks, a new head guard will be selected. The other guards immediately perked up, excitement lighting their faces. The head guard earns an extra primal stone each month. If I become head guard, I'll be above everyone else here. Imagine the respect. Yes, as head guard, I'll be the most esteemed among the servants. What an honor. Enough. Why are you still here? The elder barked. Clear the courtyard after the sparring is over. Yes, sir. The guards scurried downstairs, not daring to look back. One missed a step and stumbled down the stairs, causing a small chain reaction of falls. But out of fear of the elder's wrath, each guard suppressed any sounds of pain, faces flushed with the effort. The elder chuckled to himself. Servants are like dogs. Give them a little treat, and they'll fight among themselves to serve us better. A stick in one hand, a carrot in the other. That's how you rule. Satisfied, he turned his gaze back out the window. Observing the main gate, Fang Yuan stood tall, facing 3 girls who huddled together. "You, don't come any closer," one of the girls stammered. "Come one step closer, and we'll use our moonlight blades on you." The blue glow of water element power flickered in their hands, the result of channeling their primal energy. Fang Yuan, though just a 15-year-old boy, wasn't fazed. He smirked, taking another step towards them. "Quite daring, aren't you? Did you forget the academy rules? Using GU insects in fights within the academy grounds is grounds for expulsion. If you're ready to be expelled, go ahead." The girls hesitated, their blue glow dimming. With a glint in his eye, Fang Yuan lunged, striking 2 of them down with swift precision. The third, her spirit broken, dropped to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "Please, don't hurt me. I'll give you my primal stone," she pleaded, looking down at her. Fang Yuan's voice was icy. "1 primal stone." The girl's body trembled as she fumbled through her pouch, offering him 3 stones in her outstretched hand. "Take it all. Please, just don't hurt me." Expressionless, Fang Yuan extended his hand, plucking just 1 stone between his fingers before stepping back. "I only take 1 stone," he said coldly. "You're free to go." The girl, stunned, finally got to her feet, but her legs shook so much she could barely stand. She left, filled with a fear so intense she was almost numb. The elder watched this unfold and shook his head. He'd been observing, hoping to discover latent talents in the disciples, but he saw that the trembling girl was unlikely to be suited for battle. Her temperament was better suited for support roles within the clan. Not the battlefield, but Fang Yuan. The elder stroked his chin, his eyes gleaming. There was something fascinating about Fang Yuan's conduct, an innate talent for combat combined with restraint. He took only a single primal stone from each person. Never more. Had he taken 2, the elder might have had to step in. The academy provided only 3 stones as a stipend. Losing 1 wouldn't affect them much. But losing 2 would defeat the purpose of the stipend altogether. They might as well give all of it to Fang Yuan. Just then, another group arrived, including Fang Yuan's younger twin brother. "Brother, how could you do this? This is crazy." Fighting classmates at the main gate, robbing them of their primal stones. Gu Fang Zheng exclaimed, shocked at the scene before him. "I advise you to go to the elder and apologize before things get worse. This is serious, you could be expelled." Fang Yuan chuckled. "You make a good point." Fang Zheng sighed in relief, glad his brother was listening to reason. But then Fang Yuan continued, 1 primal stone per person. "What?" Fang Zheng's mouth dropped open. "Even I have to give 1? My dear brother, you're free not to." Fang Yuan replied gently, "But the result will be the same as for the others." He gestured to the boys groaning or unconscious on the ground. "He won't even spare his own brother. He's lost it, he's ruthless. We can't beat him, so let's just pay the toll and get it over with." "Yes, hand over a stone and report it later. He'll get what's coming to him." Reluctantly, the remaining youths handed over their stones, grumbling under their breath. "Wait." Fang Yuan's voice stopped them as they turned to leave. "What now?" one of the boys asked, his voice trembling. Fang Yuan sighed, looking down at the defeated. "Did you really think I'd kneel down to search their pockets?" Realization dawned, and their faces reddened in embarrassment as they hesitated. Fang Yuan narrowed his eyes, his gaze freezing them in place. Finally, they surrendered, each collecting a stone from their fallen classmates and bringing them to him. Fang Yuan walked away with 56 stones in total, combined with the 20 he already had. He now possessed 79 primal stones in his pouch. Robbing is the best way to make money, he thought with a smirk, striding away with his newfound wealth. The courtyard was left in disarray, scattered with groaning disciples. "Hurry up, make sure the young masters are treated properly. Where's the healer?" The guards, eager to impress, scrambled into action, each one hoping for a promotion. "Place all the wine under the bed." Fang Yuan instructed the 4 in attendance. Each one carried several jars of bamboo-aged wine. After robbing the other disciples, Fang Yuan had come to the inn and bought 20 jars in one go. At 2 primal stones per jar. The purchase had cost him 40 stones. His once bulging pouch now felt considerably lighter, holding only 39 stones. But he considered it a worthwhile expense. The wine would sustain his alcohol-loving Gu worm for quite some time. Yes, sir, the attendants responded quickly, treating him with utmost respect. They dared not offend a Gu master. And with Fang Yuan spending so lavishly, he was now one of the inn's biggest patrons. A single word from the innkeeper could easily cost them their jobs. Once they left, Fang Yuan shut the door to his dorm room and sat cross-legged on the bed. Night had fallen. The sky outside was dotted with faint stars around a bright moon. And a subtle fragrance floated in the cool evening breeze. With no lights in the room, Fang Yuan cleared his mind, focusing his spirit inward on his aperture. Within, his essence sea surged like waves of bronze-colored liquid. Every drop was infused with the unique essence of a first-rank Gu master. His essence sea, however, was only at 44% capacity, the limit for someone of his third-grade aptitude. A thin white membrane bordered the 4 walls of his aperture, containing the essence sea within. Hovering above it all was a single, chubby, white Gu worm. The worm frolicked in the essence sea, occasionally diving below or flicking its tiny tail, sending droplets flying like tiny rain. With a thought, Fang Yuan signaled to the worm, and it obediently stopped playing, curling into a small ball and floating above the center of the essence sea. Rising slowly away from the bronze waves. Begin. Fang Yuan channeled his essence energy, forming a steady current that surged upward, filling the worm's body. Since he had refined it, the Gu worm eagerly absorbed the essence energy, taking it all in. In an instant, the essence sea in his aperture diminished slightly. The worm transformed the essence energy into fuel, glowing with a soft white light as it released a faint aroma. A mist formed around it, a delicate white vapor of wine that clung to the worm. Continue, Fang Yuan commanded, sending another pulse of essence energy. The vapor seeped down into the essence sea, blending into the liquid bronze until it vanished. Fang Yuan noted that while he now had only half a measure of essence left, it was far more condensed. What was once a bright green had deepened to a dark, sturdy green. This darker shade was the mark of an intermediate-level first-rank Gu master. The alcohol gu's function was to concentrate essence, raising it to a higher stage. Gu masters progress through 9 ranks, each divided into 4 minor stages: initial, intermediate, advanced, and peak. Fang Yuan, currently at the initial stage of first rank, had now attained half an intermediate measure of essence with the help of his alcohol Gu worm. To convert the entire essence sea, I'll need to sacrifice 18 initial stage measures of essence. I'll need primal stones to speed up the process. He realized. He opened his eyes, reached into his pouch, and retrieved an egg-sized primal stone. Primal stones were semi-translucent, gray-white gems that gradually shrank as they released their natural essence energy. He gripped the stone tightly, absorbing its essence, which slowly replenished his aperture's essence sea. Fang Yuan did not hold back, refusing to hoard resources. I have no benefactors, no allies. The only path for me is to seize what I need. Today was only the first. From now on, every 7 days when the Academy distributes primal stones, I'll be there at the gate to claim my share. One plundering session wouldn't satisfy Fang Yuan's hunger. Gu master cultivation required a constant supply of primal stones. As for any repercussions from today's raid, Fang Yuan didn't care in the slightest. This world was far different from Earth. On Earth, schools generally discouraged sparring, aiming for stability and harmony. But here, combat was the essence of life. Whether a Gu master or an ordinary person, everyone fought to survive, sometimes against savage beasts, sometimes against violent weather, and sometimes, they fought each other for resources. Regulated sparring was not only accepted but encouraged. From childhood onward, people grew accustomed to combat, ranging from mere sparring to full-blown life or death struggles. This was the reality for most. This world was vast beyond imagination. Even the southern territories alone spanned an area far greater than 7 or 8 Earths. With its harsh conditions, most humans lived in family clans, huddled within fortified villages. Periodically, they faced waves of beasts, severe weather, or rival clans attempting to infiltrate. GU Masters stood as the backbone of these mountain strongholds, each year's toll on their ranks growing more serious. Survival demanded a fighting spirit. The clan needed warrior GU Masters and welcomed as many as could be trained. Moreover, Fang Yuan fought with care. He avoided striking chins to prevent fractures and lethal injuries. He never targeted the back of the head, used fists sparingly, and avoided elbows and finger strikes. His kicks were also limited. None of the disciples he defeated had suffered serious injuries, at most some bruises and minor pain. For Fang Yuan, combat was merely a means to an end. Every strike he made had a clear objective. He used whatever tactics would help him achieve his goal. Clouds drifted over the moon, casting shadows over Guu village. The village bell rang softly in the distance, alerting everyone to the late hour and reminding them to stay alert against fires, wild beasts, or any rogue GU masters attempting to infiltrate. In the study of the Guu Shi Lian clan leader's residence, the lights still burned brightly. Guu Shi Lian, a venerable elder, spoke with a gentle tone as he addressed his grandson. Guu Shi Chang, I hear that Fang Yuan defeated you today? Guu Shi Chang, sporting a dark bruise around one eye, replied angrily. Yes, grandfather, that lowly, third-grade Fang Yuan, he humiliated all of us, ambushing us at the gate and stealing our primal stones without any regard for camaraderie. What's worse, the academy guards turned a blind eye. They only arrived after Fang Yuan had already left. Please, grandfather, you have to help me. Guu Shi Lian shook his head. This is a matter between you juniors. You only lost a single primal stone, and you weren't seriously injured. Even if you had been, I still wouldn't intervene. Do you know why? Guu Shi Cheng was taken aback, pondering for a moment before replying. You want me to reclaim my honor on my own, don't you? You understand part of it. Guu Shi Lian nodded. Remember, you represent not only yourself but also our Shi clan. For years, our Shi clan has been rivals with the Mo clan. Every action you take reflects on our family's future. I can help you secretly, but you must develop a self-reliant image. Without it, the clan elders won't see any hope in our family and may abandon us. Sighing, he continued, that's why I arranged for you to falsely claim second-grade aptitude. Our family needs a strong heir to carry on our legacy. Guu Shi Cheng finally grasped the gravity of his grandfather's words. I understand, grandfather. Guu Shi Lian nodded. Understanding is not enough. You need to work hard. Fang Yuan's challenge is a minor inconvenience. Dedicate yourself to rigorous training and reclaim your pride. And don't forget to continue cultivating diligently. Achieving the top rank in your class would bring great honor to our Shi clan. Yes, grandfather, Guu Shi Cheng replied, determination in his voice. Now, that's the spirit of a true heir of the Shi clan. Guu Shi Lian chuckled. Keep pushing forward, my grandson. I will support you with all my might. Meanwhile, across town, father, mother, that's the whole story. Fang Zheng stood straight, respectfully relaying the events to his parents. His uncle, Guu Dong too, sat in a large, ornately carved chair, frowning in contemplation, while his aunt clenched her fists, filled with both worry and a touch of satisfaction. That Fang Yuan, not only did he rob everyone else, but he even took a stone from his own younger brother. How heartless can he be? She seethed, the corners of her mouth curling upward slightly. But this time, he's really messed up. I expect he'll be expelled from the academy soon. Enough, his uncle sighed, turning to Fang Zheng. You've lost one primal stone. But it's only one. Head down to the treasury and collect another. Now, go and focus on your training. With your first-grade aptitude, you have a good chance of becoming a middle-ranked GU master. Your mother and I expect great things from you. Yes, father and mother, I will take my leave. Fang Zheng bowed and walked out, his mind swirling with conflicting thoughts. My brother blocked the academy gate and robbed everyone, there's no way they'll ignore that. But should I plead for leniency on his behalf? In his mind, two voices argued. One voice said, "Don't plead, he even took a stone from you. His own brother. Whatever punishment he faces is his own doing. A fool courts disaster, but only the reckless find ruin." The other voice countered, "But he's still your brother. Your own flesh and blood. Even if you can't accept his actions, pleading for him is the right thing to do. If you don't, others will see you as cold-hearted." Watching Fang Zheng leave, his aunt couldn't help but speak up, her eyes gleaming. "Dong too, we should cut off Fang Yuan's allowance. That brat has gone too far this time. To fight at the academy gate and rob other students? He's practically taunting the academy elders. I'm sure expulsion is nearly certain." But his uncle shook his head. "You're oversimplifying things. Fang Yuan won't be expelled. In fact, he may not be punished at all." "Why not?" she asked. Baffled, a cold smile crept onto his uncle's face. "The academy encourages sparring, so long as no serious injuries are inflicted." "Did anyone die?" His wife frowned. "How can you be so sure? Fights often lead to unexpected injuries." He closed his eyes, leaning back in his chair. "You women are too naive. Do you think the academy's guards are just there for show? They arrived only at the end, which means the situation was under control. If anyone had been seriously hurt, they would have intervened immediately. You don't understand. Being a GU master isn't about avoiding conflict. The academy permits sparring because it strengthens combat skills, sometimes even creating bonds. If anyone intervened in every fight, it would ruin that balance." She was speechless, though clearly annoyed. "But he took so many primal stones. And we're supposed to let him get away with that? Having such a stash will help him advance much faster." Her husband opened his eyes, a cruel glint in them. "What can we do? Do you want me to take the stones from him myself?" "No, but we can use this to our advantage. Fang Yuan robbed even his own brother. This is his flaw. Fang Zheng has first-grade aptitude and will one day surpass him. We'll exploit this incident, driving a wedge between them so that Fang Zheng will fully sever ties with Fang Yuan and become useful to us." 3 days passed. To everyone's surprise, the academy elders ignored the incident. No senior stepped in to punish Fang Yuan, and the academy guard simply turned a blind eye. In the meantime, 2 or 3 boys, angered by losing their stones, challenged Fang Yuan once again. But each time, he quickly and effortlessly overpowered them, leaving no doubt that without training, they were no match for him. This led to a surge of interest in basic martial arts among the younger disciples. Their combat instructor, accustomed to lackluster participation, was astonished by this newfound dedication. Normally, his classes were full of yawning students, but now each one practiced fervently, constantly asking questions. The academy elder took note. Visiting the instructor one afternoon, the combat instructor's voice brimmed with excitement as he reported, "The students are more enthusiastic than ever. Elder, the transformation is astounding, although one student, Fang Yuan, is as lazy as ever." The elder chuckled, clapping the instructor's shoulder. "That lazy student of yours is the very reason for this change." The instructor looked puzzled but said nothing more. But the changes went beyond the classroom. Fang Yuan had, without a doubt, become the enemy of every disciple at the academy. No one spoke to him. No one greeted him. Under the guidance of their seniors, the students had resolved to reclaim their pride. Beneath the calm surface, tensions were boiling. 4 more days passed. When the academy's stone allowance was distributed once again, Fang Yuan made his move. "Fang Yuan, you already took our stones once. Are you here to take them again?" one boy shouted. Terrified as Fang Yuan blocked their path at the gate, standing with his hands clasped behind his back, Fang Yuan's expression remained calm, his voice cold. "1 primal stone each, and you can avoid a beating. Fang Yuan, this is too much. I challenge you." Gu Mo Bei roared, stepping forward with clenched fists. "Oh?" Fang Yuan's eyebrow arched slightly. Mo Bei charged, fists raised, but within seconds, he was sprawled on the ground, unconscious. "Mo Bei, you weakling, watch me," Gu Shi Cheng shouted, leaping forward. Within moments, he joined Mo Bei on the ground. Fang Yuan's battle experience far outstripped theirs. Though he had only recently begun his training, he used every ounce of his power with precise control. Had the boys attacked him together, They might have posed a slight challenge, but facing them one-on-one made it easier than his first attempt. Moments later, Fang Yuan strolled away, his pouch heavy with stones. He left behind a courtyard of groaning students, some unconscious, others clutching their stomachs or groins in agony. "Quick, help clean up the mess," the guards shouted, rushing to aid the fallen.